Under regular circumstances, we would be inviting you to attend one of our planned in-person celebrations for our 25th anniversary as a professional Canadian contemporary dance company based in Saskatoon. We would be telling you all about the amazing guest artists we've worked hard to develop relationships over the past 25 years that we've arranged to come to Saskatoon to help us celebrate our landmark year. We would be excited to announce many public performances in conjunction and partnership with major institutions like the Saskatoon Symphony Orchestra, the Regamey Gallery, and the Saskatoon Public Library. Unfortunately, all of these things have been put on hold. The party is postponed, but it's not canceled. We'd like to recognize the hard work and dedication of our staff and dancers that's been shelved, and at the same time, we also recognize the optimism, energy, patience of our performers for learning this choreography through remote rehearsal via Zoom and coming together very briefly to finalize the work they will share with you this afternoon. It's a truly remarkable thing for a small contemporary dance company to survive and thrive for 25 years in Canada. It is even tougher now. During this time, we're working to constantly adapt and learn new skills, while our art form stands at a precipice we have never encountered before. The face of the performing arts field has changed in the blink of an eye, and will continue to do so with repercussions for perhaps years to come. We as a company are working to find ways to continue to hone our crafts and maintain our artistic practice amidst an environment that is less than encouraging, and to overcome unusual elements such as physical distancing and closures and limitations placed on rehearsal and venue spaces. We as artists feel that this is a time to learn about our humanity and creative processes. Even as we mourn the loss of work that has been unable to come to fruition due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, we celebrate the new versions of dissemination that we have discovered. It's a time to weather storms that we did not see were coming. It's a time to reach out for our community's support and encouragement, and to hope that the joy we have brought them over the past 25 years is remembered. And so, we shall dance. We shall work to invent new ways of engaging with our artists, audience, sponsors, and supporters. We shall endeavor to create current and relevant commentary on the state of the world and the state of the arts through generating new work and finding innovative ways to disseminate it. We shall be open to transitioning through new methods and creative thinking processes. We shall continue to be a voice for dance artists in Canada and strive to bring their creations forwards. And so, we shall dance. thank you to everybody out there on the internet who decided to come out today and spend their afternoon on a lovely Sunday with us at Free Flow Dance. We are so thrilled to be able to share this work as part of our 25th anniversary celebrations with you. We want to take a minute to thank a few people. So first and foremost, thank you to Lorraine and Ross, our lovely patrons who have provided such a beautiful garden for us to perform in. And also to our funders, Saskatchewan Arts Board and AODBT Architecture and Interior Design. Without sponsorship and funding, we wouldn't be here today, so we'd like to send our appreciation to those folks. And I'd like to invite the dancers to come on over and join me. Welcome. Pull up some shade. So, we're going to make sure that our, and a special thank you to Nathan, who's helping us out behind the scenes with his web cams and his fancy things that we don't know very much about, but we're very appreciative of. We want to extend our thank you to Nathan Regamey. He has a little business. If you're looking for help for your event, he can be your guy. So, can we come in just a little closer here? Great. So we'll start with a round of introductions. Maybe you can briefly introduce yourself and say a little something about who you are.
Okay. I'm Kyle Syverson. I'm from Prince Albert, but I've lived here for a good while. Danced with Free Flow for quite a few years, on and off. My other main practice is contact improv. I teach that and love to do that around the world and, well, here right now. Not too much right now because it's contact.
I'm Rachel, and I've been dancing with Free Flow. This is probably about my 4th year, and it's been great because I started dancing when I was about 4, and I took all the tap, jazz, ballet, advanced into like hip hop, lyrical, modern, all that, and then now I'm with Free Flow, and it's been great a couple of years, and we just keep doing what we can now during the whole pandemic, and it was great to actually still dance with each other, even if it was online. It was nice to actually still dance.
It's definitely tricky learning the piece online.
My name is Mitchell. I'm outside of dancing. I also write my own music, and I act quite a bit, which is very fun, and I like that. And I love dancing with all y'all as well.
Great. So this is our cast. I'm Jackie Latendresse. I'm the artistic director for Free Flow Dance Theatre Company. And like these folks said, it was a little bit tricky putting this piece together because we actually learned, these three learned all of the choreography remotely on Zoom at their own homes with their trampolines and things out in their backyards and whatever. And we came together just very few times before bringing the show together here for you. It's been an interesting time trying to get the piece together. Maybe if anybody wants to talk, Mitchell, you want to talk about the costume a little bit?
Yeah, the costume has been really fun to dance with. I actually saw this piece being performed before I was in it, and ever since I saw it, I was like, I want to get inside of those mini trampolines and play around in there. So this has been a really fun opportunity to be able to do that. Being able to jump around on the trampoline, quite a bit of fun, yes.
Comments from Kyle or Rachel on the costumes?
They're great because this fabric is super stretchy, and at first I was scared to stretch it too much, but I don't think that's possible, especially my limbs aren't very long anyways. But it's kind of cool because we can sort of see each other in it at some points, and it depends on the lighting and everything too, but it's kind of neat to try to get a little glimpse of each other through the fabric, and then kind of can sort of still play off of each other that way.
So we have a live audience here today. Hello and hello. And we are very thrilled to have, I don't know, how many girls do we have over there? 7. We have 7 young girls who have come. Do you have any questions you would like to ask the dancers? They're all being super shy, but cute. Are you sure? You don't want to ask the dancers anything? Do you have any questions?
Maybe
No?
we should ask you a question.
Yeah, we could ask you a question. Tom, you want to ask them a question?
Yeah. What was your favorite part? Or what do you remember from the piece? Something that stood out.
They're so cute. They're all looking at each other. Oh, dear.
Oh, the part where we were all stretched out like a dress? Yeah.
Oh, when they were standing up and they had their arms out like this? Oh, very nice, very nice. So, Joan, are you having any luck with the stream there with questions? Come on over here.
We'll just have comments. I have bravo.
Come on over here, please. Come on over closer to this area. So one of our board members for Free Flow, Joan Goodman, is here today. She's helping us out by monitoring the chat in the live feed. And so if you have any questions out there on the internet that you would like to ask us, you are very, very welcome to type in any comments or questions in the live feed, and we would be, oh yeah, here's one. So yeah, we are very happy to answer your questions for you. Anything coming up on the feed there, Joan?
Oh, just comments. One is, in the beautiful garden, it could also be like flowers blooming out of the house.
And who's that from?
Laura.
Laura says it could be almost like a bouquet of flowers blooming in such a beautiful garden. So again, thank you to our hosts for providing this lovely space for us to perform in. It's been really, we have actually had an interesting time performing outside. We've dealt with everything from scorching hot sun to very, very high winds. Very difficult to balance on the trampolines when there's very high winds, especially when you can't see and you have nothing to kind of keep your balance with. We've done it in the evening, we've done it in the mornings, we've all times of day, and this piece in particular is one of our most popular repertoire pieces, and we've managed to perform it all over the place in all kinds of really unusual locations, ranging from back alleyways to professional stages. So yeah, this is one of the more gorgeous places that we've had a chance to perform it in. Any questions over here from the moms?
I thought it was pretty interesting. Like, was the piece chosen before COVID or was it chosen after?
It was actually chosen before COVID happened as part of our 25th anniversary.
Okay.
But we had to cancel the majority of our work that we had planned because it didn't adhere to social distancing rules.
Right.
This piece in particular did, so
yeah.
It was one of the few pieces that we could actually work on as individuals, and then also come together but still manage to remain fairly spaced out. Yeah.
I feel like the music is a bit, like, almost like a little bit sad or haunting at some points, and you're like alone in your cocoon. But then you're not actually alone, you're all together, but you don't even know you're together because you can't see each other. So
it definitely has, yeah, it definitely has the feeling of isolation or being isolated alone in your pod, but being part of a bigger global movement. So almost like the way that we can connect to people when we're in isolation, we can still connect to people on the phone or on the internet. And we can reach out to people and know that we're not alone, we're all going through this together. And I feel like the spacing and that they're going through the same feelings and physical movements together, and it does bring them into a connected feeling. And this was created in 2014, this piece. Yeah, and we feel like it's super relevant to today.
Sure. Jackie, I have questions here. Comment and a question from Stevie. It says, pods are a great metaphor for performance in COVID times. Happy coincidence. And then she asked, how many times did you guys fall over? I would have fallen over constantly.
Oh, how many times did we fall over? So I don't know. I'm sure everybody's got their falling down moments.
I've definitely fallen over a couple times. I think like particularly when it's really hot and then like you're on this like on the trampoline, which is kind of unsteady ground and you can't see anything, which I usually tend to use to gauge like where I am relative in space. It kind of gets a little bit like I have no idea where anything is right now, and I've fallen over a couple times. Not in performance yet. Definitely in rehearsal.
We get all the falling down out of the way during rehearsal.
Exactly.
But it's interesting because if you do fall, you tend to fall, put your hands down because your legs can't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
It's generally safe falls.
it's safe falls. Anything else coming through the feed there, Joe? Great, thank you, Stevie. Stevie's signing in from the Saskatoon Public Library, and the Saskatoon Public Library is going to be doing a feature on free flow dance theater later this month. We will be doing a talk on the history of the dance company and some of the dance movements that have been happening over the past 25 years here in Saskatoon and in Saskatchewan. So we're really thrilled to be taking part in that talk. So stay tuned for details on that talk coming up on our Facebook page and our website. If folks, does anybody else have any questions? Somebody?
Girls in the front do.
Okay, great. What's your question? What was the dancer's favorite part? Okay, Kyle, you want to start with that one?
That's a good question. It's really nice to finally get your head out of the bag. And I also really like, there's a part I used to not like because it's hard, but when we've got it over our head and then we lean way over to the side and then the other, it's like a little bit straining on the body, but it actually feels really nice. It's like a nice big stretch. So those are my favorite parts.
Rachel.
I think I like after you've been like laying there for a while and stretching around when we can finally just like bounce. And we're all just bouncing with the music. I think it's super fun. And I think I also love when we just like go and have our little moment when we all are raising our arms, because that's just very beautiful too.
Mitchell?
I think I've actually started to really like the part where we're kind of like picking the fabric like before we start to do this. I actually kind of really like that part because it feels really weird. I don't know. I feel like I get to like really
it's
be
like
an
your alien
odd
hands.
creature. Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite parts is when they have the sacks all spread out and then suddenly like a hand or a foot comes out just to see what's going on, and then it goes woo and it goes back in, and then something else comes out. That reminds me of like if you ever watch a plant growing, you have your seed and eventually you get a little tendril that comes out of the seed and it starts growing through the earth looking for sunshine and oxygen. Reminds me a little bit of that. Hey, did you have another question over there? Yeah? Can you say? Oh, they're miniature trampolines. We'll show you after. They're miniature trampolines, yeah.
I have a question for the dancers. When you're doing the hand poses, I see a lot of shaking. Is there a lot of tension in your hands?
There's a lot of isometric tension in the body. Yeah.
So you make it look easy, but it's not.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's taking up a lot of space while being contracted is very difficult. So the arms are in contraction, and as they're moving through, instead of if you extend your arms, it's much easier. But if they're contracted, then the muscles are actually all engaged at the same time. Yeah. Good question. Any more questions over there from the girls? No? What about the moms? Oh, anybody online there, Joe? Oh. Great. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up then if there's no more questions. But we just wanted to say thank you again to our sponsors, Saskatchewan Arts Board and AODBT Architecture and Interior Design. Again, a thank you to our hosts Lorraine and Ross, and to Nathan for all the behind-the-scenes work. Thank you to our live audience coming today. It was wonderful for us to have somebody to perform for, because usually it's just us in a Zoom room. It's not nearly as fun. And I just want to say thank you to all of the dancers and for just being wonderful people to work with during this pandemic, and for coming together to make this happen. It's been a really special way to celebrate our 25th anniversary. And congratulations on 3 fabulous performances for all of you. So thank you, and we hope to see you at some point in person.